It's time to make another mountain pendant. I'm going to put it on our anvil and stamp this, impress this mountain motif into the silver. This is made from an old railroad spike, the stamp is, and I'm carefully lining it up, and then we'll give it a whack. And there we go. But you know what? When I hit it the first time, usually it isn't deep enough, so I have to reline it up and hit it several more times. But the trick is, you have to line it up precisely where the old stamping was, because you don't want to double stamp it or double hit it. That will leave, two mountain ranges, and it doesn't look good. It might sound kind of cool. Maybe you get two, but you just want one. So I'll just repeatedly hit it to impress it, make sure it's nice and deep on there. And there it is. That is the impressed mountain range on the stamping. And then we're going to use a blacksmith technique. I learned this from another job I was at, a jewelry store, where he incorporated blacksmithing techniques into jewelry making. So here we are actually stamping or forging a hole instead of drilling one. And there it is. We use a tapered punch and go from both sides. And it gives you a nice little swell on the top of the pendant, showing that it's forged, which is unique to jewelry making. Not a lot of people do that. Now, the red Scotch-Brite, one of my favorite abrasives in my studio, especially for giving a brush finish. So that's what I'm doing here, is just giving it a slight brushing. We're going to put our rings in. That'll serve as our bail. And the bail is what the chain runs through. So we're going to use a double ring bail on this one. And we're going to solder them shut too, because on all my pieces I like to solder shut all of the jump rings just to ensure that they're not going to open up and someone's going to lose a pendant or a chain or any of those kinds of things. So I always end up soldering everything shut. Some people don't. Some people leave things open, kind of as a safety. Like if someone yanks on the chain on your neck, a child or something, it'll break at the open link. But I like it to be super secure, because there's been times where I've caught my necklace on things and I don't want it to just break. Then I have to go and repair it. So that's why I ensure everyone that all my jump rings are soldered shut. You don't have to worry about them opening up. So after that, we're going to darken this. We use a thing called Black Max. You can use liver of sulfur or Black Max, or you can even make your own concoction at home. There's some recipes online to oxidize silver. But this is nice and simple. It oxidizes instantly when I put it on there. You rinse it off to get the excess away, and then we're going to go back and brush off all the excess patina that we don't want on this pendant. So there we go. Now the mountains are highlighted, and the background is darkened, so it gives it a unique look. Now we're going to go set up our microscope. So we're putting our things together here, and that is to set a gem into this. Now, I did this a little while back, and it was a peridot. We put a peridot in there, which is the gemstone for August for birthstone, and that was the request from my customer. They were giving this as a gift, and the birthday of the person was in August, so that's what they opted for. So this, obviously it's the birthstone, but it serves as a star, a moon, a sun, whatever you want to imagine it to represent within the pendant above the mountains. In this process, you need to be very precise. You have to have the exact right burr to get the size you need for your gem. You want it to just barely fit in there. In fact, if you have to press it and get it to kind of snap into place, that's the ultimate fitting. But it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes you have to use a little bit of beeswax to hold it in there while you're putting the beads over the edge of the gemstone. And so I raise the beads, and then I use this little tool called a beading tool, and it makes the round, small, tiny micro prongs around the gem. So now that's all finished up. Look at the back. See how it's just got all those gnarly marks on it? That just shows that it was forged. I leave those on there on purpose. I could sand them off, but I think it adds to the intrigue of the pendant itself, knowing that it was hand forged. And there it's done. We have a finished pendant ready to ship out. And this one, like I said, was for a gift. So we got it in the mail and got it to the customer so he could give it as a gift. But I love this mountain stamp and the mountain pendants and mountain jewelry. They're one of my favorite things to make. If you guys want one, hit me up and enjoy.